So I'm here with Niamke Muhammed. He wants to see more Black entrepreneurs become successful, so he formed the B Network Group. How you doing today, Niamke?
I'm doing fine, brother. How you feeling?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Can you tell me like your inspiration behind starting the B Network Group?
The inspiration definitely came from just wanting to see more Black entrepreneurs in the workplace, and going around shopping and noticing that there was really no Black products on the market. And so what I wanted to do was, my famous example is when you go to the grocery store, you can buy Pine Saw. Out here in California, we got a cleaning agent called Fabuloso, which kind of represents the Latin community. And I don't see any Kenyate's cleaning solution. So what my goal is, I want our choice as African Americans to be there. But, as a shopper, the choice will be yours. But I feel as long as our choice is there, we have the progress that we need. If you want to buy Pine Saw, that's fine. I don't want to take Pine Saw and Fabuloso off the shelf. I just want to put Kenyate's cleaning solution next to it. And for the person that's going to create that product, Kenyate's cleaning solution, it's hard for him to find funding to get started. So I want to kind of do that for us, by us, to get these Black entrepreneurs some funding so they can start to get their business out there and get their product into places in marketplace.
Definitely. And that's a wonderful idea because, I think there's a lot of opportunity for Black entrepreneurs, but sometimes they reach obstacles, starting their business because they don't have access to funds.
Correct. And so that's what it's kind of do. It's kind of a for us, by us. What the main goal is to get 4 million people to donate that $50 to the B Network Group. And if that 4 million people can donate that $50, that's going to create 100 years of financial stability for the African community through the B Network, because we want to give away $50,000 twice a month, every month for 100 years. And that would allow us to do that. The main thing about the 100 years is that I don't see anybody taking care of us for that long. Like, no one has a program to take care of us for 100 years. And it just seems like a very simple solution to get a couple people to donate. I mean, that's going to be the hard job for me, is to get the 4 million people to donate. But with brothers like yourself helping me out with this interview, getting the word out, and me pressing these streets, that's what I'm trying to do. So I think the key thing is that 100 years of financial stability. I think that's what we need.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. What are you doing, like, as far as trying to get the word out to get people to donate the $50?
Well, I mean, I just opened this company this year, so I'm in Oakland, California. So I'm hitting the streets out here. I'm a barber by trade right now, so I'm just kind of going to barber shops, talking to the people, talking to the community, because I really think that it's kind of, I'm Muslim, and I follow the Bible just a little bit, but when they talk about the rejected of the rejected, to me, that's the people in the lower communities. And those people are the people that I want to donate the $50, and those are the people I want to give the $50,000 to. So right now I'm just, kind of also do music. So I'm kind of taking the music approach of just hitting the streets, getting the word out there in my community, starting with Oakland, California, trying to get them behind me and this movement to then take it on the road.
That's wonderful. And you have a background, I guess, in finance. You've worked for companies like Rolls-Royce and the Discovery Channel as well.
That's correct. My educational background is accounting. I'm a math man I love math. That was my subject growing up. And so I got to Calculus 3 in math, and then figured out that they was taking me to space. And at that time, I didn't really want to go to space. So I chose another profession to use my number. I don't know, I like numbers, and I chose accounting. Got a degree in accounting, and worked for some nice companies. At that time, Rolls-Royce, I don't know if you know, but Rolls-Royce also does jet engines. And so I was actually in the jet engine portion of it, not necessarily the cars.
Wow, that's incredible, because I did not know that Rolls-Royce did jet engines. What was it like, working specifically in, that type of field?
It was great. I mean, it was an accounting job. At that time, um, I worked that job to really pay for my barbering school. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm a accounting is my trade, is what I do. I love numbers, but it's not my personality. I like to talk. I like to talk to people. And so barbering, I started at like 12 years old. My father, Oakland firefighter, built me a barber shop at the house so I could start cutting hair. The neighborhood barber. I was the neighborhood barber for I don't know how long. So once I kind of realized the dot-com crash actually threw me out the door. I got really sick. I don't know if you heard, like COVID is going on now. I got MRSA. MRSA was another staph infection that I got. I was actually on a probationary period at the time. I got MRSA, and the manager there at the time had no immune system. So we couldn't work together. And so once that happened, I had a lot of unemployment gigs. So I decided to go back and get my barber's license, was something that my father wanted me to do, who passed away in '06 from he got a brain tumor in '03.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes, thank you. And so it was just something that he wanted, I wanted to do, fit my personality. So I went and got my barber's license, and part of that was needing the money. It was like $23,000 at the time, so I had to pay for it.
When you talked about being from Oakland, and like when I think of Oakland, I think about social justice, the Black Panthers, obviously, and
Correct.
racial justice. Like, how did that influence you, like growing up in an area like Oakland?
Growing up in the city like Oakland, the Black Panther Party was kind of almost dissolved by the time I was born, but it was always something around my community. I grew up with both my parents in the household, so a lot of the things that affected the other people, I didn't really get involved in. It didn't affect me so much. Every day I had a meal to eat. I had clothes on my back. I knew what was going on, but my father had the book "Message to the Black Man" on his shelves, and that's kind of what actually opened my eyes to Islam. And so once I read that book, I kind of dove in, and that's where my kind of Black Power movement came from. Like I said, my parents, they really wasn't involved like that. My father was an Oakland firefighter. My mom worked for Social Security. So it was, I had a pretty decent upbringing in that sense. And their message to me was just work hard and do what you like, do what you love.
Have you thought about, like, for the donations, probably like approaching, like, maybe like some NBA athletes, for instance, like, a lot of them have, like, missions for social justice. I think, like, they would probably be willing to probably contribute or help you out.
I have thought about that. Drew Holiday has a nice foundation going on. The NBA has a foundation going on, but really at this time, I'm not looking for corporate or celebrity backing. I believe that the true mission is to get the people to donate. And I think if I could get 4 million Black people to donate $50, that's a symbolic win. That symbolic win will show the world that we are actually coming together, uniting for a purpose of our own. And I think that's a better mission. Now, what I'm trying to do and get the NBA to do is when someone donates $50, I want the NBA, I'm trying to get in contact with them now. I'm having a little trouble, but it's still just pressing. But I would love them to give away a ticket, give away a game ticket. So that's how I'm looking for corporate sponsorship, is to help fatten up that $50 that you donate. So I would love it to be like, you get my T-shirt that I'm giving away, an NBA game. I'm in Oakland. I'm close to San Francisco. I'm trying to get a meeting with the president of Airbnb. Hopefully, maybe give you a discount on the room and stuff like that. So that's the way that I'm trying to get corporate to help me out in this feat of mine, because there's a lot of Black people that goes to games, and so since you want to give something, give up a game, give something that can be worth something. I know money is worth something, but I'd rather give somebody some entertainment. Now, it may be a nosebleed seat, but I feel like, hey, I got you in the game.
Yeah, that's a great incentive. You were talking a little bit earlier about COVID, and we've seen like Delta variant cases spiking. Through Oakland's like definitely one of the communities. Areas like Fruitvale where like you see spikes. How do you feel like living in Oakland about like COVID-19, and what are you seeing?
Well, there's definitely a spike. There's definitely a lot of people coming up with it, the Delta variant and this Delta variant plus. For me personally, even when COVID started, I couldn't believe that washing your hands was this new phenomenon. And so that really, for me personally, I'm a person that cares about my immune system. I do stuff to make my immune system stronger. I eat. I try to eat right. I don't eat all the right things. I still eat a bunch of sugar that I need to get rid of. But I'm just trying to stay safe, man. I mask up when I'm supposed to. Wash my hands regularly. I'm a barber. As far as that go, our what is that called? Our being cleanly is just impeccable already.
Right.
The standards of a barber just is up high. I've washed my hands 30 times a day. So with that, I'm just trying to stay safe, staying out of the way. It's definitely heavy in our Latin community, which is that Fruitville area. Um, you know, um, my mother told me something a long time ago when my father was on his deathbed that made a lot of sense to me. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that I don't get the thing, but I'm dying smiling, man. And so, I'm gonna do what it takes to protect myself, but I'm also be happy and do what needs to be done in a regular day-to-day basis.
Thank you so much for joining me. We'll end it like that. I really appreciate you for taking the time.